Hello and welcome to the Stoic Wisdom channel. Have you ever felt like your entire day was ruined just because of a negative text message, a sarcastic comment on social media, or even a disrespectful glance from a stranger? Maybe you've experienced those moments where a sharp word, a few seconds of silence from a friend, or a small action from someone else is enough to make you feel completely out of control. It's strange, isn't it? Just a fleeting moment, sometimes only a few seconds, can weigh heavily on your mind, keeping you up at night, filling you with anxiety, and even shaping how you see the world for an entire day, a week, or longer. But what if I told you there's a way to rise above that chaos, staying calm and steady like a mountain in the midst of a storm? What if there's a philosophy of life that empowers you to reclaim control over your emotions, ensuring no one or nothing can steal your inner peace? Would you want to explore it? That's Stoicism, an ancient art of living that's incredibly relevant to modern life, especially in today's high-pressure, always connected world here in America. Today on Stoic Wisdom, we'll dive into how to apply Stoicism so that no one or anything can make you angry. This isn't just theory, it's practical tools, real-life stories, and profound lessons you can start using right away. Let's kick off this journey with an open question. What makes you feel most vulnerable? And have you ever wondered why such small things hold so much power? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's explore together. Part 1. Why we're so vulnerable to the small things. Let's start with a relatable story that might hit close to home. Imagine you're a college student in New York, fresh off finishing a heartfelt essay and excited to sharing it on Instagram. You're hoping for praise, but instead, a random account comments, "This is so boring. You're probably just showing off." Just one line, fewer than 10 words, but it's enough to spark your anger. You spend the whole night obsessing over it, feeling insulted, and end up missing an important deadline the next day. What happened? A random comment from someone you don't even know derailed your emotions, stole your sleep, and wrecked your day. This isn't uncommon. You've probably had similar experiences. And a mail from your boss with a harsh tone throws off your whole morning. A close friend ignores your text, making you question the friendship. Or a stranger's contemptuous look on the street leaves you feeling small and worthless. We live in the age of social media, where anyone can say anything with a single click, and our emotions often get remote controlled by factors beyond our reach. So why do these small things pack such a punch? Researchers at Harvard University have found that negative emotions tend to linger 3 times longer than positive ones. That means a minor insult can haunt your mind far longer than a compliment. The human brain has a habit of replaying hurtful situations as if it's determined to make sure you never forget. This is a survival mechanism from our ancestors when remembering dangers meant staying alive. But in the modern world, it often traps us in cycles of anger and disappointment. Think back to the last time you got a negative comment online. Did you spend hours dissecting it, analyzing every word, wondering why they said it? Meanwhile, a compliment like "great post" often fades quickly without much impact. This happens because we unknowingly hand over control of our emotions to others. We let their words, actions, or glances define our worth. But does it have to be that way? Stoicism says no, emphatically. You can absolutely learn to take back control, and that's what we'll uncover next. Part 2. Stoicism. The philosophy of inner peace. Stoicism, or the Stoic philosophy, originated in the 3rd century BCE in ancient Greece and Rome. It was shaped by great minds like Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, Seneca the orator and advisor to Emperor Nero, and Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor famous for his book Meditations. Though they lived over 2,000 years ago, their teachings are strikingly relevant to modern life, especially in a dynamic, high-stress society like America, where we face countless stressors every day. At its core, Stoicism rests on a simple yet powerful belief. We can't control the external world, but we can master our inner one. Epictetus put it this way: "It's not events that distress us, but our judgments about them." Let's make this concrete. Suppose you're working at a company in San Francisco and your boss emails, "This report is too superficial, fix it now." The people receiving the same email might react totally differently. The first person gets furious, feels attacked, and carries the anger home, snapping at their family and ruining the evening. The second person calmly reads it, identifies areas for improvement, and sees it as a chance to build their skills. They leave the office feeling light and positive. Same email, same criticism, but vastly different outcomes. Why? It's not the boss's words, it's how they choose to respond. The first lets the outside world dictate their inner state. The second maintains mastery. Stoicism is the art of becoming that second person, calm, resilient, and unshakable. Picture a mountain standing firm amid a raging storm. Winds howl, rain pours, thunder roars, but the mountain remains unmoved. That's the mindset Stoicism cultivates. Peace doesn't come from a calm world. It comes from your ability to stand strong in chaos. But why do we so easily let small things control us? The answer lies in what I call invisible contracts. Asterisk part 3, the invisible contracts in our minds. Asterisk, we all carry invisible contracts, unspoken expectations we hold for ourselves and the world around us. These aren't written down or signed, but we treat them like absolute truths. For example, if I'm kind, others must be kind in return. If I give my all, I must be recognized. If I'm honest, people must understand and respect me. The problem? The world didn't sign any contract with you. When these expectations aren't met, when you're kind but met with coldness, when you hustle but go unnoticed, you feel betrayed. But really, it's just your expectations clashing with life's harsh realities. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." These invisible contracts are that unconscious force steering you into repeated cycles of anger and disappointment. Recall, have you ever posted a heartfelt piece on LinkedIn or Twitter, only to feel let down by low engagement? The pain isn't from the likes or comments, it's from your invisible contract. If I try hard, I must be rewarded. Consider a specific scenario. Say you're a freelancer in Los Angeles, working tirelessly to deliver a project on time. You submit it, but the client responds, "This doesn't meet expectations, redo it." You feel angry, disappointed, even doubtful of your abilities. But if you pause and ask, "Why do I feel this way?" you might realize the hurt stems not from the feedback, but from expecting instant praise for your effort. When you recognize and tear up these invisible contracts, you'll feel freer than ever. Stoicism teaches peace doesn't come from controlling others' reactions, but from master your emotions. Asterisk, so how do you apply Stoicism to modern life, especially in a society like America, with its relentless work pressures, social media, and relationships? Here are 4 simple yet powerfully effective tools inspired by the Stoic philosophers. These won't just help you avoid anger, they'll build inner peace and strength. Asterisk tool 1, the pause, your golden gap. Asterisk, the first tool is the pause, golden gap. Viktor Frankl, the psychologist who survived Nazi concentration camps, wrote, "Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." When someone offends you, like a colleague making a snide remark in a meeting, take a deep breath and count to 3 before reacting. It sounds basic, but this pause can turn an impulsive outburst into a wise choice. Think of a young gamer in California during an intense online match. He's trolled by another player. "You're terrible, quit now." Instead of firing back in rage, he pauses, breathes, and refocuses on the game. Result, he wins the match and keeps his peace, refusing to let meaningless words ruin his day. Try it today. Next time you get a negative text on WhatsApp, a nasty comment on TikTok, or harsh feedback from your boss, pause, breathe, and ask, "Is this really worth losing my cool?" This gap is your gateway to emotional freedom. Asterisk tool 2, premeditatio malorum, rehearsing adversity. Asterisk, the second tool is premeditatio malorum, rehearsing adversity before it hits. Ancient Stoics spent time each day imagining worst-case scenarios, not to be pessimistic, but to prepare mentally. It might sound odd, but it's like mental training. Similar to how Olympic athletes use visualization to handle competition pressure. Every morning, take a few minutes to tell yourself, "Today, traffic might snarl on the 405 in Los Angeles. A colleague could be grumpy in a meeting. I might get a negative comment online, but I'll stay calm and focus on what I can control by preparing." You're not shocked when it happens. Psychological research shows that visualizing a scenario activates your brain almost like the real thing, building resilience. For instance, if you're a salesperson prepping a big pitch, imagine objections or tough questions. Practice calm responses and you'll enter the meeting confident. This tool doesn't just curb anger, it strengthens you for any challenge. Asterisk tool 3, reframe, shifting your perspective. Asterisk, the third tool is reframe, shifting your perspective. By changing how to interpret an event, you change how you feel about it. Imagine you're an employee in Chicago. Your boss yells in a meeting, "What is this? It's nowhere near good enough." Your knee-jerk thought might be, "My boss hates me, I'm worthless." Reframe it. Maybe my boss is under pressure from above, and this is my chance to improve. A real story. A salesperson in Texas was yelled at by a client for a late delivery. At first, he was furious and felt attacked. But learning the client was going through a divorce, he realized the anger wasn't about him, it was the client's pain spilling over. Shifting perspective not only eased his anger, but sparked empathy. Stoicism reminds us, people aren't always attacking you. Sometimes they're just battling their own demons. Next time someone upsets you, ask, "Is there another way to see this?" It controls anger while fostering compassion and understanding, essential in America's diverse society. Asterisk tool 4, self-inquiry, questioning yourself. Asterisk the final tool is self-inquiry, questioning yourself. When hurt, instead of asking why, "Did they do that to me?" try, "Why does this affect me so deeply?" It might touch an old wound, an unhealed memory, or a deep insecurity. Journaling emotions is a great way to practice. Note the situation, your feelings, and the root cause. A New York entrepreneur used this and discovered his anger at criticism stemmed from childhood rejection fears. Understanding it, he started responding calmly, no longer letting others' words rule him. Start today. Keep a small notebook and spend 5 minutes each evening reflecting on an upsetting moment. Ask, "Why did I react that way? What does it reveal about me?" This path to self-awareness is the foundation of true peace. Asterisk Part 5. Stoicism isn't about indifference. Asterisk before we move on, let's clear up a common misconception. Stoicism isn't about indifference or suppressing emotions. Many think Stoics are cold, emotionless robots who silently endure everything. The truth is the opposite. Stoicism doesn't teach you to bottle up feelings or let others walk all over you. Instead, it guides you to respond wisely without letting anger take the wheel, while still acting when necessary. Imagine you're at a company in Seattle and a colleague keeps making offensive comments. Stoicism doesn't say suffer in silence. It encourages calm to make smart decisions. You might confront them directly, set clear boundaries, or report it to management if needed. The key, don't let anger drive your actions, but don't let others overstep either. Stoicism offers extraordinary freedom. Living this way, you're no longer a victim of words, glances, or online comments. You enter a zone of inner peace where the world can be noisy and chaotic, but you stand firm like a mountain in the storm. Asterisk Part 6. Applying Stoicism to modern American life. Asterisk now. Let's place Stoicism in the context of everyday life in America, country with fast-paced living, intense work demands, and constant social media. Picture yourself as an office worker in Boston, juggling emails, deadlines, and online feedback. How can Stoicism help? Start each day with premeditatio malorum before leaving home. Spend a few minutes preparing. Today, my boss might criticize me. I could get negative comments on Twitter, but I'll stay calm and focus on what I control. Throughout the day, when stress hits like a tough client or a post getting bashed, use the pause to think before reacting. If emotions surge, reframe the situation from another angle. At day's end, journal for self-inquiry. What upset me today and why? Imagine another scenario. You're a student in California, prepping a big presentation. You're anxious about criticism from your professor or peers. Instead of letting fear rule, use premeditatio malorum to visualize tough questions or negative feedback and rehearse calm replies. During the presentation, if someone gives harsh input, pause and reframe. Maybe they misunderstood. This is my chance to clarify. Afterward, self-inquire to understand your anxiety and how to grow. These tools don't just prevent anger, they build a resilient lifestyle, letting you face challenges while holding on to peace. Stoicism doesn't promise an easy life. It doesn't guarantee you'll avoid hardships, insults, or negative comments, but it gives you the tools to navigate them with calm and strength. You can't control others' words or actions, but you always control your response. That's the true power of Stoicism. Next time someone tries to rile you up, whether it's an online comment, workplace criticism, or a disrespectful look, see it as an opportunity, a chance to practice, grow stronger, and prove you're the master of your emotions. Start today. Try one of the 4 tools we discussed: the pause, premeditatio malorum, reframe, or self-inquiry, and watch how it changes your approach to the world. What do you think of Stoicism? Have you ever used a technique to stay calm in the storm? Share your story in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with friends, and subscribe to Stoic Wisdom for more content on living stoically in the modern world. Thanks for watching, and remember, true strength lies in how you choose to respond. See you in the next video.